seems like too often this year we've talked about the strike zone. Was that a strike? Wasn't it a strike? I mean, Eric Burns is just chomping at the bit for the robo-strike zone. We all get it. But late last week, we heard that the competition committee was going to perhaps try to pursue changing the strike zone a little bit, maybe raising it a little bit above the kneecap. Also the intentional walk thing as well, just getting rid of those 4 pitches. But that's for another day. Right now, let's just talk strike zone. I got a pitcher who wants a huge strike zone. Just anything, rosin bag, doesn't matter. And I got a hitter who probably wants a nice little tidy strike zone. So I'll just let you guys kind of bat this thing back and forth a little bit. What do you make of the fact of bringing it up a little bit?
I like it, Al. Hey, make the strike zone smaller for a hitter. Maybe a little bit more offense. You know, I love that.
And I want to get to the point of a high strike. The high strike, to me, is a pitch that hitters want. They can drive it. They can hit it. And I've seen for many years, and one of the spring trainings, I forget what it was, they had every umpire come around. It was probably the mid-'90s, and they were having umpires come into side days and in scrimmages, and they would umpire to let all the hitters know that they were going to elevate the height of the strike zone. And my thing to you, Carlos, if you wouldn't mind, tell me a pitch that you could drive out of the park. Now, we've seen the little rule book, right?
Right.
Where the guy stands there, and then they say from the letters to the knees, and it's this big. Very, very seldom, if ever, is a pitch up here called a strike. It's not. And every single player and manager and coach on the bench would yell that umpire to where he'd have to kick everybody out. So they brought the strike zone down, and they, instead of going this way, they went that way, right? And then they pulled it in because of the system. Please tell me, Carlos, if I threw this ball here and you knew that this was going to be a strike, can you hit this?
I can crush that.
He could crush that. And this is slightly above the belt. And this is my point. And I'm saying that I'm not saying pitchers want to live up there because, as he just said, I could crush that. However, if we see a pitcher that has the ability to throw upstairs, Rich Hill's a perfect example. A kid who's throwing 91 miles an hour and he's elevating higher than high. You now have to respect that. I don't have a problem if you move the pitch up, because now, would you get in your stance, please? Now we're talking about this pitch. This is a pitch that what can you do with this? So if they are trying to elevate it a little bit, the only reason would be to say that this ball can't get hit out of the ballpark. So umpires, you really, if we're trying to make it interesting and let guys hit and get offense and all that stuff and firecrackers and home runs, let's elevate it. And my only thing is that the quandary here is you have an issue with they want a shorter game. How do you get a shorter game? Call more strikes. Yep. Call more strikes, you're going to get more aggressive hitters. Right. So if you're going to elevate, and you just said it, and you're a home run guy, you don't want this, but this is okay.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. I don't know what your opinion is. If you're going to bring it up, fair enough, but call this.